Welcome back, trainers, and the Extravaganza event has begun where you're going to get more candies and starters for those hatches, 2 times to be exact, more. So, what is going on in the world of Pokemon Go other than the eggs? Well, I think there's an increased rate for Croagunks to spawn in the wild as well as Skorupi because I have found a whole lot of them today. As you can see, I've transferred about around roughly 7 Croagunks and about 4 or so Scorupis. So I'm looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and see the candies I have. 28. Oh, man, I really should not evolve that one Drapion. I should have stuck with my candies and just waited until I found one that was going to have good IVs and be able to participate in the Great League because that's where I want it to be. Although having it in the Ultra League isn't bad at all either. I just should have waited because it's going to cost quite a bit to get that secondary move. Even as a baby, it's going to be 75,000 Stardust and 75 candies. That's pretty steep, but at the end of the day, with this Pokemon, it's going to just be great to have a double moveset, especially with that water set there. So as far as the Croagunk, I have to go ahead and go through them to check their IVs to see which one is going to be good, but I'm sitting at 123 candies now, which is just great, and I have plenty of them to go trade. I think I'm going to go do that later with Scarlet Witch and see if we can get a lucky, because it's been so long since I've actually received a lucky in game, and I've done quite a few trades, so we'll see what happens there. It's kind of odd. Anyways, looking great here. So we're also going to be taking a look at the new raid bosses because there are new ones, and it's weird enough, the Breloom was moved down to a tier 2. So with that said, traders, let's go ahead and take a look at all those raids and see what we have going on. Yet another awesome graphic from LeakDuck. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the raids. So you can see the CP 100% IV in cloudy, non-cloudy weather, and which ones are shiny and the new ones that are available. I wouldn't say they're new, but returning raid bosses. Alright, so for the tier 1 raids, all of these have the potential to be shiny except for the Weasel at the end there. But those are pretty rare in the wild, so I like to do them whenever I see them. So you do have a Magikarp 100% IV, 157, Makihita 467, and this is without Weather Boost. Welmer 838, Shinx 500, Weasel 602. And for the tier 2 raids, we have Sandslash 1356 for 100% IV. Croconaw is going to be 984. Breloom, which is going to be a new entry, used to be a tier 3, but now a tier 2, is going to be 100% IV, 1502. And then you have the shiny potential with the Mawile, 100% IV, 934 without Weather Boost. Now for the tier 3 raids, we have a Alolan Raichu with a shiny potential, 100% IV, 1306, Machamp, 1746, Starmie, 1476, Donphin, 1722, and then you have Sharpedo at 1246. Now on to the tier 4 raids, you have Golem, that's going to be 1685 for 100% IV. You can in fact solo that if the right conditions allow you to. And then you have the Alolan Marowak, which does have the potential to be shiny, 100% IV is going to be 1048. And then on to Rhydon, which also can be soloed as well under the right conditions, is going to be 1816 as well. And then Tyranitar as well can be solo for these new tier 4s because the increase of super effective damage. But for Tyranitar 100% IV is going to be 2191. And then of course we have Heatran at the tier 5 raid, the only one currently for now. 100% IV is going to be 2145. Weather Boost is going to be 2681. And for the Deoxys EX raid attack form, you're looking at 1474 for 100% IV. Weather Boost with Windy Weather 1842. So there you go for the new raids. Alright trainers, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to be doing this Alolan Raichu raid. I know, I need to get on those tier 4 solos. I've been trying, it just doesn't let me beat them. So I'll keep at it and see what I can do for you guys. And I also need the perfect weather conditions as well. Anyways, we're just going to go through this Alolan Raichu raid just using one Groudon. No weather boost. That's just what it is now. Yep, that Alolan Raichu has Thunder Punch. And the actual damage that it's going to be putting onto you is going to be slightly delayed. I don't know what's going on here. I was dodging the moves, but it wasn't saying I was actually dodging them. But then again, that Thunder Punch is very odd. You have to know exactly when to time it. It even has a bit of a delay for the dodge, I do believe. So with that said, trainers, hope you're hatching some good stuff out there. Let me know if you're finding those Croagunk and also Skorupis in the wild to be a little bit more common now after the extravaganza has begun, because personally we did have cloudy weather and they're also going to be boosted, but I'm out here grinding quite a bit during cloudy weather because that's what we mostly have. and they're rare. They're very rare. So I think they finally increased their spawn rates, because that's what we see Niantic do quite often when they have newer Pokemon entering into Pokemon Go. Maybe they only put a few of them. They make them somewhat rare, which is obviously acceptable because they want it to be, they want you to want it still, right? If they just throw a whole bunch out there, nobody's going to care. So yeah, that's what they did. Anyways, still finding some of those. Hopefully I can get a 100% IV in the future. With that said, trainers, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all on my next video. Take care.